Are you looking to be a vendor? Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for you and I can't wait for you to share your experience with me. You have made it to the right destination so that we can talk about the things you would possibly need to be a great vendor. Well, thank you so much for arriving in this place. I am so happy that you decided to join me. I am the queen herself, so please take your seats. We're about to get right into this video, okay? You will see me looking down at my notebook so I can keep a pace of where I am and where we are going to be headed down this journey. Once you get into a space, when you know the area that you're in, how big it is going to prepare you to decorate and have your table set up so that it can look nice. So usually the table areas, or not the table areas, the space areas are usually a 10 by 10, and that's like literally the width of a parking spot. So it's not too big, it is not too little, but it'll fit just right if you have everything that you need. So it's also will be the size of your tent as well, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So the main thing you need to have is your table and your chairs. Some vendor events allow you to have table and chairs. Sometimes they provide you for the table and chairs. It's up to you, but I advise you to get your table and chair so that you'll be able to have the table and chairs once you have more vendor events that does not require for them to provide you with the table and chairs. I purchased my table at Sports Academy. It was no more than $40. It's just a white folded 5-foot table. It's very sturdy. I love how it folds up, so once I put it into my car, it's easier to basically store. So I love that about that. And I have 2 black chairs that are just some folded regular chairs. You might want to get some chairs that you will be able to sit in that is a little bit comfortable for you. But sometimes during my vendor events, I like to get up and not sit down all the time. Another item that you might need, and it's also optional, are your tents. The tent that I received, I got mine from Sports Academy. It was not that expensive, probably $40. If not, I will make sure that I link where I got it from and what color that I got as well. I have a purple tent. Some tent or some vendor requirements do not allow you to have colored tents, so make sure you are being very cautious and aware of that once you purchase your tent. Some of the tents that you receive or that you purchase will not come with weights, so just make sure you add that in your budget because you may need to get those weights that will hold the tent down, especially if it's the springtime, it's real windy outside, you don't want your tent flying away, or any of your other items that you will have on display. Another item that is optional as well is a wagon. This is something that I need to invest in myself, and I'm telling you guys because it is very beneficial. I see a lot of vendors having the wagons because it allows them to not have to make so many trips back to the car and then to their table or their area. So the wagon you can get from Sports Academy as well. I heard a lot of people say that. I'm going to be looking for one for myself, so I will add a link below, so in the description, so you guys can see that as well. Something that is not optional, a tablecloth. Make sure you please get a tablecloth. One thing that I have a regular tablecloth, which is not as long as I would want it to be, because sometimes I store my items that I don't have on display underneath the table and I don't want it to look all, raggedy. So I would advise you to have a long tablecloth that folds underneath the table legs. That I think that is like the best one I've seen, and it's kind of like a sheer type of fabric, so it's very easy to place on and to put on. Also, we have to make sure that you have a banner with your logo. Now, you can have 2 sets of banners, or you can just have 1 banner, or you can have either or. So the banner that I have the cloth banner that fits over that long tablecloth with my logo on it, or you can get the banners that are like the long banners that stand up on like the little poles. It's almost like I don't even know what they're made out of actually, but they're like these long, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. They're like these long banners that stand up. I think those are actually something beneficial that you might want, because it'll kind of bring attention to your space in your area, so they can actually see something from far away rather than just having to walk past it and not see anything at all. Decorations would be a very good non-optional thing to have, because it will kind of draw people to you. It will kind of, you are basically creating the style of what you want your place or your company to be like. So to have a table with your type of decor that matches with your style as well as your business, I think it is very beneficial for you to have your style and your decor. So you can add like displays that can kind of elevate your product, so it won't be just eye level, it can be kind of up so they can see everything and they won't miss anything on your table. Also, probably getting some leaves, some flowers, or some sparkles, or anything that kind of grab the attention, or just creating that style and that fashion just for you. Also, another thing that is fast and would be able to have easy access would be having your QR codes for like your Cash App, or basically your payments. So Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, getting those QR codes so they can go straight to it. Also, something that I did not put on my list, getting a card reader for your payments. You don't want to basically limit yourself from getting any type of payment. So Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, the Square reader, so they can swipe them cards if they need to. That is the main thing that you want to do. You don't want to limit yourself from getting any sales, you know. You want to keep that into place. Also, having business cards will be a great thing as well. I think those are very beneficial, because say if you ran out of products and you want to give them a business card so that they will not forget what you sell, or if they want to come back to you at any time soon, or want to know any of the upcoming events, business card is a great access to pursuing your goals and pursuing your dreams. You definitely want to venture out and give people what you sell and who you are. But there's a but. With the business cards, you also want to just make sure that you are not limiting yourself just to the business cards. You are also showing them who you are and what you sell, so that they can remember you once they take a peek at that card. Okay? Also having some thank you cards with your picture on it, so once you put them in your bags or anything like that, they can see exactly what you sell. So having the products are kind of like, oh yeah, I got these from this person. And I think that's a good thing that I incorporated in my business, in my vendoring experience, that I love so much. Also, this is optional as well, having some freebies, just like some candies or some chocolates, or anything like, I don't know, something that you want to just get to them, like some little cards, just giving something away for free so that it can kind of grab people's attention and you can get them in. Well, it would draw people to your table. That is the main thing that you want to do, because you are basically allowing them into your space so that you can give them something. So it's always good to give, because you will always receive. Searching for events. Make sure when you become a vendor that you are searching for events, because vendors or venues have a lot of vendor events lined up already, probably throughout the year, because it's very hard to get venues like a day in advance. So they have to have things in advance. So making sure once you become a vendor to make sure that you are out there looking excuse me, for many events that are coming up, making sure you're applying for them right away. Some of them, some of the vendor events allow the vendor fee for like 48 hours after you receive the vendor application confirmation. The vendor application confirmation, I like how they said it. So I think that'll be a good thing, that you make sure you are following different pages on Instagram and on Facebook, joining in groups that will basically allow you to like have easy access to knowing which vendor event is there, when is it going to be, where is it going to be at, basically where it's located. So basically that is going to help you network and gain connections when you introduce yourself to different people at the vendor event, as well as also just asking them, hey, when is the next vendor event that you know that you are going to? That is very beneficial. I've done that plenty of times and it's helped me so much, just networking and getting different connections with different people that I wouldn't even think I'd be talking to. So it has been a great experience, but you have to be careful with some of the events because we do have scammers, guys. Cause yeah, I definitely got scammed, but we can talk about that on another video. If you guys would like to know about my scam situation, put some eyes in the comments, the eyes to go like that. Put those in the comments and then we'll see if I make a video for y'all. But I do want to say one thing of how you can make sure you are not choosing the wrong events. If someone that is hosting the vendor event does not give you the location or does not provide you with enough information in beforehand, do not trust that vendor, okay? Because you will definitely get scammed. You just have to make sure that you are picking the right location for you. Also, when you're looking for vendor events, make sure you are checking for the location. And when I mean the location, making sure that you will be able to get a, good sales for where you are at. Because sometimes once you get into places where you are closed in and nobody knows about and nobody is familiar with the location, it's going to be hard for a lot of customers to actually gravitate to that space and to that area. So you're not going to get as many sales, you're not going to get as a much crowd as before. So picking vendor events that a lot of people are already gravitated to, so that it will bring in more profit and more people and more flow into your space, into the other people's spaces as well. So I think that is all that we have today. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. I am wishing you blissful and successful vendor events to come. I cannot wait for you guys to tell me y'all first vendor event or your next vendor event. I'm so excited. I hope you guys have an amazing day and I love you guys. Peace.